3, 4.
Now, we will begin.
Now back to Pam and Gary on News Talk 1480 WHBC.
All right, it's 8 minutes before 9 o'clock on News Talk 1480 WHBC. I just saw where Honda had this huge recall, and of course we've been going through the Takata airbag crisis. I think it seems forever. We're going to go to the phone right now. Garyld Miles, a product design and testing analyst, talking about recalls. Are they? I'm going to ask him straight out. Are there more recalls today than there have ever been?
Well, it seems like that's the case. Some recalls are not publicized, and others are more get a lot more visibility because of their wide-ranging, or it's a product that people use every day. But it's because there's more products on the market than I believe there are more recalls these days than we've seen in the past.
All right. Is there a lot more testing going on? I mean, I guess what I'm asking, are manufacturers a bit more careful in doing more testing, or is there more testing after the fact?
Well, there are sets of standards, like in our industry that we work in at the Realtime Group. We work mainly in medical devices and military avionics and kind of high reliability type systems. Mm-hmm. So there's very well-defined testing and design standards that we have to meet so that we can make sure that the device has a high probability of making it through the certification testing successfully. So that is one way to make sure you get a safe product on the market.
Got it. But I just wonder if after the fact, though, it seems like, like the Takata airbags, that just kind of snowballed.
That one is a lot wider ranging, and it's a very good question as well. What we typically try to do is understand the standards that apply to a particular product category, or in this case, the Takata airbags are what we call an OEM component. So it's a component that's supplied as a sub-assembly to a vehicle, and it has its own set of standards that it must meet, and testing standards. And I can't speak to how the Takata airbags were certified, but if you extend that to some of the other product categories, like we have to do for OEM sub-assembly components in medical devices, it does have to be a recognized standard that the sub-assembly must meet.
Got it. Okay, that makes sense on that. So then, I know you go through the rigorous testing prior to, but is there testing following that? When does the testing come afterwards? When maybe something goes wrong with the device? Let's say in your field, something goes wrong out in the field, and then you do more testing and you realize, oops, we missed something?
Well, there's always you're always supposed to look at the field data for after the device is deployed, so that you know what is the customer's experience with the device and what are the kind of the failure modes, and then you go back and you revisit your risk analysis and hazard analysis and your FMEAs, which is the failure modes and effects analysis, and you look to see, did I miss something? Was there something that I missed in the analysis that we need to go and then put a mitigation in the design in place for that. So there is a feedback loop through that after the device gets released, so that we can continue to improve the device. Sometimes it's a new product category too, and testing has to catch up with the new kind of a type of a device or a category of device, and that's always going to happen because there's everybody's thinking of new devices all the time. So if it's a new device category, then there may be some testing that would have to catch up to that.
Got it. And in your field in particular, do you think that it sounds to me like testing is very rigorous and testing is generally pretty complete?
The testing is very rigorous, but I'll also say this: if the device only meets the required testing, then that's a lower bar than probably the device should meet. So I would encourage consumers to make sure that it does have a product safety mark on it, that everything that's supposed to have been done is done, and then if they notice anything about a device, they can definitely talk to the manufacturer and report that back, so that there is a good feedback from the consumer back to the manufacturer, and so that other folks don't have the same kind of issue on future releases of that particular device.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Garyld Miles, Product Design and Testing Analyst. You have a great day.
You too. Thank you, Gary.